Hi, it's time to start observing, so it's time to start taking some notes. This is a really important part of the process. I think it's probably the hardest part of this process, even though it seems like it's simple. I'm sure that you all have experience taking notes, but it's hard to really take good notes that'll be useful for the project. The biggest thing that I want to recommend is taking lots of notes. The thing that people do wrong the most often is just jotting down a few things here and there, and then they don't end up with the stuff that's actually useful to them in the end. It's hard to see what stuff is going to be useful as you're taking the notes until later on. It's really important to, as you're taking those notes, to remain objective about what you're taking notes about. That was what the reading was, I think, for today. The reading was about talking about trying to keep your own opinion out of what you're seeing at the time. To do this, you can take a dual entry log, as it also mentions in the reading. You have what's happening on one side, and you have your opinion of what's happening on the other side. An example of this that somebody told me once is that let's say that you're sitting in the cafeteria, and you see somebody across the room, and he's eating a piece of greasy pizza, and you write down, man eats pizza because he doesn't care about his health. And you don't know that, though. That's the thing. You can know that the man is eating the pizza. You can guess that he doesn't care about his health. But you don't know it, unless you go over and ask him, which kind of defeats the purpose. So, you have to try to keep those things separate. Try to think, what are you actually seeing over here versus how do you interpret it over here? And taking a dual entry log will help that a little bit. Also, don't just take notes on only the things that you think fit your preconceived claim. It's a good idea to actually not make your claim until you've spent a lot of time taking notes already. Spend an hour or two taking notes before you even think of making a claim. Because if you go in with a preconceived claim, then your claim's probably going to be pretty bad. If, let's say, you're observing a site that's about fantasy basketball, for example, and you go in with the claim, everybody loves basketball in this site, you're going to miss a lot of things. Well, A, that's a really bad claim because it's really obvious. I can guess that claim without ever even having to go to the site, so it's a bad claim. So A, the claim is bad. And B, of course, that's true, and you're going to see lots of evidence to back that up, but you're going to also miss really important things. Maybe the people in that site meet outside of the site. Maybe they form really strong friendships. Maybe they're there to just chat about their day-to-day life, and basketball is just the thing that brought them together to begin with. But you're going to miss those things if you're only focusing on their love of basketball. So spend at least a couple hours taking some notes without having that claim in mind. And then after you have that good, solid, unique claim, then you can start looking for more evidence to help back that up. As I said, know everything. Everything that comes up as you're going through there, everything that occurs to you, anything that seems unique or special, take a note of it. I also suggest that that you should be taking screenshots as you go through of all the big important things that you see. Just make a folder early on, and every time you see something important, just hit that screenshot button and save it into that folder. Because what happens a lot, and I've had this happen with a lot of my students doing this assignment, is you think, that's a really great example, you mark it down in your notes thinking you're going to go back and screenshot it later, but in the meantime it gets lost. You can't find that thread again, or the original poster for that decided to delete it, and then it's gone forever. So what can you do? You can't do anything. It's just lost, and you can say you saw something, but it's a totally different thing to actually show that picture there to your audience. So take a lot of screenshots as you're going through too. So just again, try to go in without that preconceived claim, at least for the first hour or two that you're observing the site. Take notes of everything, even stuff that seems irrelevant at the time, it might be relevant later, and make sure you're taking those screenshots of those important things. You're going to need to take way more notes than you think you need for this assignment to do it well. So get ready for that now. Get ready for taking those good notes. All right, thanks, and let me know if you have any questions.